Let me ask you something honestly. When that final whistle went and Arsenal beat Wolves, did you feel joy or did you feel relief? Because those two feelings are very different. Joy means control, relief means escape. And if we are being truthful here, this game felt more like escape than dominance. Seriously, because Arsenal, they were lucky. Arsenal are top of the league, 5 point clear. On paper, everything looks perfect, but football is never only about what the table says. It is about how games feel. It's about what moments reveal. And this match with Wolves reveals something Mikel Arteta did not like at all. This was Wolves, bottom of the table, a team that has struggled for goals, a team that barely threatens, a team that came to survive, and yet Arsenal allowed them to believe totally. That alone tells you why Arteta was angry. And seriously, he's supposed to get angry because the performance was very bad. From the first whistle, Arsenal controlled the ball. They move it well. They pin Wolves back. They look calm. But calm can sometimes become comfortable. And comfortable can quietly become careless. Arsenal had territory but lacked sharpness in their matches because they would have been great more than this. They got into good position but did not finish actions properly. Crosses came in without conviction. Final passes arrived half a second late. Decisions in the box were hesitant. And when you do that, you keep games alive. Seriously, you give the other teams hope. Wolves did not need to be good. They just needed Arsenal to be slightly off and they will strike. And that is the danger zone for any top team. Anything that want to win the title. Arteta spoke about it clearly after the match. He did not praise resilience. He did not celebrate character. He went straight to the standard. He used words like passive and unacceptable. That is not accidental language. That is the language of a manager who sees bigger picture. There was a key moment late in the game that explains everything. Arsenal dropped into a deep defensive block. Now, let us be clear. Defending deep is not a problem. Every allied team does it. The problem is how you behave inside that block. You understand? Because when you are careless in your defense, no matter how you are, they will still call you. Arsenal stopped stepping out totally. They were just in their defense, and this will put pressure on them. They stopped pressing the ball. They stopped communicating with urgency. They waited, and waiting in football is the most dangerous thing you can do. Wolves had not threatened all game. They barely had shots, but football does not care about momentum. When concentration drops, one ball into the box, one free header, one mistake, and suddenly everything will change. Everything will change. And Arsenal, seriously, I emphasize on this, Arsenal were lucky. That equalizer did not come from brilliance. It came from passivity. You understand? Passivity. And that is why Arteta was furious. Because that goal was avoidable. If they would have taken it, they would have avoided it. It was not about Wolves doing something special. It was about Arsenal not doing the basics properly. 30 winning teams sense danger early. They do not allow the game to drift. They shut doors before opponents reach them. Yes, Arsenal responded. We understand. Yes, they scored late. Yes, they won. But Arteta refused to hide behind that. And honestly, that is a good sign of a good manager. Because you cannot say you win, your players should relax. Resilience is important. Character matters. But resilience should never be the plan. It should be the backup. When resilience becomes routine, it means problems are repeating. I laughed slightly, you understand? I really laughed when I saw this result, Arsenal. You understand? Now, let us talk about the chances Arsenal missed, because this is where the game should have ended long before the drama. Gabriel Martinelli had a free header from 2 yards out. That has to be a goal, not because of pressure, not because of tactics, but because of quality and focus. Arsenal reached the danger zone many times, but they did not always pick out to strike. They did not strike the ball. You understand? That is what Arteta pointed out. It is not about volume. It is about clarity. And clarity was missing in key moments in that match. You understand? In the second half, Arsenal improved slightly. They scored. But instead of pushing for a second and killing the game, the ease off and easing off in this league is an invitation, because the Premier League is not something that you just play, score and relax. You have to fight till the end. Then there's the injury situation, and this part cannot be ignored. Ben White limps off with a hamstring problem. Arteta admits they are risking players. Saliba plays 90 minutes on his return. Gabriel is already out. Mosquera is out. This squad is being stretched too much. When a manager says they are buying tickets for another injury, that tells you everything. It tells you the margin is thin. You understand? It tells you the calendar is unforgiving. And it tells you why focus becomes harder late in games. You understand? Fatigue does not just affect legs. it affects decision, it affects communication, it affects positioning in matches in football. And when you combine fatigue with comfort, mistakes usually happen. But let us zoom out for a moment. Arsenal are still top. You understand? 5 points clear. That matters. You understand? This is not panic. This is a perspective because they are still on top of the table, right? I don't see anybody that can cross that line now. The real question is not whether Arsenal can win games like this. They can. They did. The real question is whether they can learn from them quickly. Because games like this will come again. Away ground, leg pressure, narrow leads, tired legs. And in those moments, habit decides everything. Arteta knows this. That is why he reacted the way he did. He is not managing a team chasing fourth place anymore. He is managing a team trying to win the league, the Premier League, and this is the very like a difficult something Premier League, and the standards are very different in this league. When expectation rise, tolerance drops. That is football reality. This match was a reminder that control must last 90 minutes. You cannot give up in a game or score and go and sleep. You have to fight till the end. A reminder that games are only finished when they are truly finished. A reminder that passivity is poison at the top level. Arsenal survive, but survivor is not the goal, dominance is. Understand? And how they respond to this warning will define their season more than the 3 points themselves. If you enjoy football conversations like this, calm, honest, thoughtful, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments, was Arteta right to be angry, or is this simply part of growth? I will see you in the next one. But before I go, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, you have been missing a lot. Hit that subscribe button so you stay with me on this channel. And most of you are not even connected with my Facebook account. Do that now, because seriously, if you enter there, every hour we drop football ad updates. Instead of stressing yourself looking for football updates as they are coming, we are dropping on that page. And trust me, when you follow that page, you won't regret it and you'll be happy forever as a football fan. So for now, I'll see you in the next one.